loves, gather round. The YouTube streets are already sizzling and we haven't even started. The little gray cells are tingling, the tea is steeping, and somewhere out there are Duchess Drop Bears clinging to the top of a gum tree pretending she didn't cause half the chaos blowing through the timeline today. So, settle in, fluff the cushions, and take a deep breath. Because once again, we're going back to the beginning to unravel who's playing the game, who's running the script, and who's just hoping we don't notice them hiding behind the curtains.
I said come back tomorrow!
If you were really great and powerful, you'd keep your promises.
Do you presume to criticize the great Oz? You ungrateful creatures! Think yourselves lucky that I'm giving you audience tomorrow instead of 20 years from now. Oh. The great Oz has spoken. Oh. Pay no attention to that man behind the curtain. The great Oz has spoken.
Who are you?
Welcome back to Megxit Unmasked, where the drama never sleeps, but we always catch it in the act. Let's take a brief look at Duchess Drop Bear, a woman from Australia, a devoted Yankee Wally supporter, and one of the most misunderstood figures in this entire saga. As I've said before, these early videos are just skimming the surface. We'll dig into everything properly later. So many stories have built up around Duchess Drop Bear. Who she was, what she wanted, and why she appeared when she did. Personally, I think her story is far more straightforward than the mythology that's grown around her. I've seen some of her after the event messages, and to me, they seem entirely plausible. But as always, make up your own mind. DDB already had a small YouTube channel on a completely unrelated topic. She started off as a typical Wally fan, concerned when Wally seemed to be under attack and wanting to help. In truth, we know nothing about her personally. The name Penny Warwick was thrown around, and several real Penny Warwicks in Australia were harassed and outed. But was that ever her? Did she choose that name, or was it pinned on her afterwards? She has since said it definitely wasn't her. She made a determined effort to conceal her identity, and when she finally disappeared, she left no trace. A wise move. So Duchess Drop Bear joined the Save Wally's YouTube channel movement. She sent encouraging messages, made videos, defended Wally, all through a brand new YouTube account. No Twitter, no wider footprint. Wally's channel was suspended on March 19th, 2022. And then, very conveniently, on March 23rd, Duchess Drop Bear commented that she had someone in the UK offered to help legally. I believe this was the first moment the fake lawyer was deployed. This is how she was positioned as the route to Wally. And suddenly, into her orbit came Gina Walter's daughter. Now, you really do have to ask yourself, how does an older woman in the literal backwaters of Australia stumble across a qualified but non-practicing Icelandic lawyer, living who knows where, writing self-published fantasy novellas and making music, and all within 4 days? With hindsight, it stretches credulity to breaking point. But that's the story we were expected to swallow. Duchess Drop Bear has admitted she was the route Gina used to reach Wally, but she didn't know her beforehand. She defended Gina as a good lawyer, but I genuinely don't think she had any idea what she was dealing with. I think she was used. Gina was placed in front of her and she thought, oh look, a lawyer willing to help. Perfect timing. And she passed that straight on to Wally. We'll examine Gina properly in another video. For now, let's stay with Duchess Drop Bear. Suddenly she was part of a little group, all apparently united in the mission to get Wally's channel back. We had Wally, desperate for anything that might help her get around the ban. We had Avid Gardner, seemingly the strategist and advisor. We had Duchess Drop Bear, ready to use her channel to help. And finally, Gina, the lawyer from nowhere. Groups like this can become almost cult-like. People do things to fit in that they would never have done alone. Duchess Drop Bear wasn't the most articulate person. She was easily wound up. Some of her videos came across as a bit threatening. Though she had no real means to carry out any threats, she ranted. She was brusque, bluff, and often downright rude. She managed to offend a fair few creators. But I genuinely believe her heart was in the right place. She wanted to defend Wally. Eventually, she stuck her neck out far enough to let Wally appear on her channel, a move that put her at risk of suspension herself. Wally appeared, and DDB decided to make it a super chat stream to raise funds for legal costs. Fans were thrilled to hear Wally again and pledged money, but DDB hadn't thought it through. YouTube holds super chat funds for up to 60 days, and the money goes to the channel owner, not the guest. She couldn't designate Wally as the recipient. That's when the accusations began, that she'd stolen the money, at around 600 Australian dollars. In a panic, she tried to buy time by sending Wally a check. It was never valid, and she knew it. She later admitted it. It made everything worse. Under pressure, she told YouTube to refund all the super chat money, and people have confirmed they got their refunds. That should have been the end of it. An unfortunate finale to what had started as a kind gesture. But she was too useful as a villain. Even after she vanished, her name was dragged out whenever blame was needed. She had defended Gina, who, it seems, had been planted on her in the first place. She had disappeared. She couldn't answer back. Perfect. And she has been vilified ever since. I doubt she has any idea. She hinted in 2022 that she might return to clear her name, but I think she thought better of it. She hasn't been heard from again. We'll look more closely at this little group later. For now, I'm just introducing the main players. It's worth noting, Duchess Drop Bear's channel was the first in a long line of platforms used to host the drama. Her channel took the heat, while other channels stayed clean. It became a pattern. One channel would carry the controversy, while others looked innocent by comparison. Whether by design or accident, she was the lightning rod, and the others got to stay in the clear. And if, by some chance, the real Duchess Drop Bear ever sees this and disagrees with what I've pieced together, just drop me an email. I don't publish anything told to me in confidence. All right, my loves, that's all the tea for today. If you had fun hanging out, don't forget to like, share, and hit that subscribe button. Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'm dying to know what you think.